Your description needs to be short and concise, and not too long that it runs down the page. Ideally, your main description should be about as long as your main photograph is high. To see what I mean by that, simply go to the left-hand menu and click on View Your Listing Online, and you'll see your listing. Notice the main photo on the left, and to the right of that, your description. Your description needs to be roughly the same height as your main photo. This should be a clear summary about your accommodation, highlighting your guests' needs and information that will help to influence their decision. Just below your description is the contact form. This is the main place where the guests make contact with you and an essential part of your listing. Therefore, if you make your description too long, it tends to push the contact form down the page below the fold. So remember, a description that's too long may bore your guests and also has a negative effect on pushing your contact form out of sight when they initially land on your listing. The best advice is to make your main description short and concise and emphasize all the facilities that you offer. Free Wi-Fi, free parking, if you're pet friendly, and so on. Put it all in there. If you run a small guest house or bed and breakfast, tell guests how comfortable and warm it is, and some great reasons why it's better to stay at your place rather than a chain hotel. Just include the key information in your main description and you'll do really well with Lodging World. Further down the page, you're prompted to add extra blocks of text that describe your policies and directions on how to find you, which is all very important information. You can also add nearby attractions. This is all information that a guest sees once they scroll down the page. The most important part of your listing is your main photo, your other photos, and your short description. Go ahead and add a great description right now, but please don't just copy and paste text directly from your website. The reason for this is that duplicate content is penalized by Google and will damage search results for your website. For Lodging World websites and for any other website where you have links, I cannot stress this enough. Duplicate content is a great big no-no when it comes to Google. Please make sure you take the time to make your description original and concise. Another thing to check is that your grammar and spelling is perfect. Once again, Google doesn't like poor quality grammar and spelling. Please use a Word document to write your description and run the spell check to make sure your description is perfect. Further down the page again, within the hotel policies section, you can add various bits of information like your check-in/out times, child and cancellation policies, and whether you take credit cards, etc. Guests are always interested in the parking facilities. You can add them in there too. In the next section, you can add nearby attractions. It's important to add places of interest nearby, if there's an amusement park or a museum or something else that guests would enjoy. The more information you provide on the page, the better it is. But please remember to make your content original. Google hates copied and pasted content, and it penalizes everyone involved. Okay, so please take a good look at the way your description reads now and if you can improve on it. Please do remember to include your key selling points in your main description. Things such as free Wi-Fi, free parking, whatever you offer that appeals to your guests. Put it in the main block of your description. There's no doubt that with a great description, with great photos and a great special offer, you're going to start doing really well with Lodging World and secure much higher numbers of bookings.